Hello guys and welcome back to Planet Zoo, our franchise mode. So yeah, I've kind of spruced up the habitat. I say spruced up, I've added a few more plants. It's not really sprucing up, but anyway. So yeah, we've got a few more plants in here. I have however, done a little work on our staff area. So I've now made a door, which by the way, it's floating around here because we're also going to use it for many doors. At least for now, because this is the only door we've got. I don't like how you can see in here, but yeah. So I've kind of done some walls in here. Let's see if I can get this right. I always get them wrong. And we've kind of like put a bit of signage going on. So yeah, this is the staff area. It's a bit cramped. I've added some more workshops and research areas. So yeah, it's kind of... Sorry, this camera's kind of hard to mess around here, but anyway. So yeah, you can kind of get the gist. This is a staff area. Like I say, kind of cramped, but it looks okay. It could be better. And once we research more stuff and I buy more DLC because I'm going to, yeah, should look all right. And we have a nice picture here, maybe. You know what I mean? Anyway, so, and obviously I've put a bit more wall here because I kind of want to know how far I'm going out, because then I can kind of like utilize this area, which is what we're going to work on next. I have, however, got some more animals, so we will be doing their habitat in this episode. But yeah, right, like I say, I'm very symmetrical. However, I don't want to go off symmetry to this per se. But if I give some room here for plants, right? So let's just go with it. I think too much into this sort of stuff. And I probably spend far too much time pissing around with stuff like this. But we're going to have, so what's that, 4 by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Suppose we could go some, no, because that's huge then, isn't it? Is that too big? So basically I want an eating area. But then again, when the zoo gets huge, maybe it won't be so big. It's kind of like the middle. So that's kind of the middle. Yeah. Right, so this will be our eating area. I might make it bigger actually. And yeah, we're going to have a little, I don't know what you call it. Foyer? No, it's not foyer. But yeah, anyway. So this is where the guests will come in, they'll see the tortoise, if I can say that right. And then yeah, they're going to go grab a bite to eat. However, we don't have a lot to offer at the minute as far as eating is concerned. So we have a chief beef. So let's build this over here for now, because I will move it back in. But we want to stay on a grid. So we're going to have chief beef, gulpy soda or gulpy energy. I think we've only got gulpy soda. So we're going to go with gulpy soda. And should we go with Bernie Bakes? And then that's 3 food things. And we might add more to it. But the reason I want to stay on the grid is because it's so much easier when it comes to building. So let's go plaster. I will go and colour these plaster boards into maybe a red and white theme, I'm thinking. So yeah. Have to gives it a bit of I want a bit of definition, I think. So yeah, it's going to be so pretty simple. Is that going to be enough room for signs, or do we put a small one? Do we outline? I think if we outline with a small one, it gives a bit of height. Now this is all going to be plaster, but then we can make signs. Oh yeah, I've already done it. Duh. Anyway, so yeah, so we've got signs for the top. I need a roof, but I obviously want a plaster roof. But because I'm not on that, right? Sorry, I'm not the best when it comes to finding certain things, like, you know, for buildings. I thought, why can't we ever? Oh, there it is. Right, so I do want a bit of like a shop window type thing. Is that too far out? No, it might be okay. And then if we put some poles, because I've added a bit of height, that's probably why. So let's work this out 1 second. So yeah, something like that. But obviously I need to, can I then just duplicate that down into the ground and then do that with everyone, and that will give us pillars. I'm going to go with a white and red theme, I think, for all buildings. That's what I'm thinking at the minute. So like this building would be white, but maybe the pillars red. Would that look okay, or would that be too much? I don't know. But yeah, like I say, I will colour everything off screen. I'm not worried too much about it. So I do know, there is like a shop window type thing. I can't remember where it is. So I mean, I'm kind of bad when it comes to stuff like this. Trying to find out where certain things are. I suppose we can just Google shop maybe and see what that comes up with. Google even. Search shop. So like, that's a wooden shop front, but I'm not a big. Or am I a big fan? Oh, I don't know. Oh, actually, maybe. It's not what I was going for. And then maybe puts. It wasn't what I was going for, but it's what we're doing now. That's what I was looking at. But I kind of like that. It gives it a. I don't know. It just gives it something, doesn't it? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Right. So we need some signs. I'm sure we just had the chief beef sign somewhere. Where were they? Alright. Helps if I get rid of that. So we've got Bernie's Bakes, which is far too big. Although we could put it on top. But I don't know if I like that. So align to surface. Yeah, I like that. That's better. Alright. So we've got Bernie's Bakes. We've got a Chief Beef. Is that the smaller sign? That's Chief Beef. So I've got to try and be as symmetrical and lined as possible. And we've got a gulpy soda, I think. Are we going further down? Have we missed it? We're going further down. So I could just like search it in the thingy, which I probably will do in a second because this is just going to take too long. Nope. Right, gulpy soda. There we go. Do you know what? I don't hate it. I like it. So yeah, that's kind of our little building. I don't know. Yeah, I think it looks good. Right, so what if I just... Oh, I've left the people behind and I panicked. I was like, shit, what if I just left behind? Right, so let's see if we can kind of line this up semi-what. So yeah, we'll say there. And then that looks okay. And then we could have a shop on each side. Are we lined up? I don't think we're fully lined up, but yeah, right. And then we might have a shop or a toilet on each side. I don't know. But so far, so good. And before we forget, let's dump some bins down, which we don't have any, favorites. So we're just gonna go with. Let's have a bin there, and a bin there, and bin there, and bin there. And then I should have. Let's just colour these to red. And then let's just delete these and just try again. Does the recycling and general waste make a difference? Like, do you need recycle bins around? I know, obviously, eco-friendly and all that, but obviously, I'm not aiming for that. I'm just, we're just playing. We're having fun. So yeah, so far so good. I think we're looking all right. Now, I don't know what I want to do with this next part, because the animal I've bought needs a big area, and I wanted it more in the park, if I'm honest. So yeah, I'll get back to you in a split second. and see what I'm thinking. Right, so basically what we've got is some African wild dogs. I think I've got 4, 2 male, 2 female, I think. So they need a lot of room. Now I'm hoping this should give enough room. So let's. What does this room wise give? So that's 900. Would you say that's double the size or close to double the size at least? So we might be okay. Juveniles ain't going to make much of a difference because we will be hopefully getting rid of some of the juveniles for conservation points. I hope you can get rid of them for conservation points. Do you know what? I'm going to make this slightly bigger just because I'm not 100%. But I do want them to have a big area. I want all the animals to have a bit bigger room than they really need, to be fair. Can I get the middle? Sorry, I'm so bad when it comes to stuff like this. Should we just go... We'll go with that. Right, so... I want a little... You can like kind of walk... Kind of go into the habitat and have a look around. Why is that not working? How I want it to work. There you go. So like that. So we've got a little viewing platform. Maybe I may... Do you know what? Let's make that slightly taller. Because you can use this as a... it kind of works as hard shelter, I believe. I don't like the pole situation. But yeah, right, we're getting stuck into problems we don't need to worry about. Right, so... I don't like the chain link. Just because I don't think it looks that great. But yeah, we're going to go with glass for him. Now I think they only need 1.25 grade 2, so glass should be more than fine. And we're going to get it as close as possible. I suppose we have to come out slightly. Right, so there we go. Kind of what I want. What I'm looking for. And can I bring this in? I might not, but instead if I bring this out slightly, we could actually make it a bit more like that, couldn't we? Is that out too much? So that is our barrier. I might go straighten up a bit. Let's straighten up slightly. Let's bring this as kind of close to as possible. So that is it. That's our habitat for our dogs, or African wild dogs. So let's get a gate in. Let's do a habitat gate. And then where do we want this? See, we could bring our path round here to then round here. So then that'll give us a good stead. So if we go there, no, let's undo that because I don't think that connected. Let's try that again. Or did it connect? It might have connected. It's just me being me. Right. So there you go. So let's press play. I've realised I've spent a lot of money. But we are looking okay so far. So, alright. Animals. Trading. So yeah. 2 males, 2 females. Not really of great stats. But yeah. And we're low on cash now. So before they get put in, let's just pause. Well, we don't need to pause. It's fine. And then let's get a lot of these around because we're gonna need the money. So I think that'll be pretty cool that you can kind of go into half of the habitat, so to speak, or at least quite close to half the habitat. This is a lot of donation boxes. These probably won't all be used, so we'll obviously look into it at some point. It's raining, so I can't really see. Trying to get this symmetrical-ish. Yeah. I don't think we need all these donation boxes. I don't think they're all going to get used. But at the same time, it's fine. So So here we go. So yeah, so donation boxes in, and let's grab these. All right, pause. Oh, sorry. While it's on my mind, while I've just thought about it, let's look at the research. And we've got 2 for the Galapagos giant tortoise. Right, so we've got 2. So let's just go back to that while it's on my mind, and we can now put some enrichments in here. So vet requested. Where is it? Right, so we want to upgrade the food. Yep, food upgraded, and we're gonna do some enrichments. So, alright, so let's go on food enrichment. We can only get a ball for now. On food enrichment, but that covers that for now. I don't want to. And there's no. Oh, there is a toy. I don't want to overdo it if I can help it. Can you colour them? Oh, you can select colour. Ah, I like it. Right. So we can kind of stick with a theme. So apply that. If we don't want blue, we could go red again. Does that look alright? Yeah. So let's delete that. And then duplicate that. Yeah, bit of colour, why not? Right, so we're sticking with a red and white theme, evidently. Right, so, sorry, let's check enrichment, and that should be 100%. Obviously, we're going to have to put more enrichment, and especially when we obviously do more research, we can add more enrichment, but there's no babies at the minute, so we're all good on that front. I do, however, want to hire another vet and another mechanic, because I've spent money on those buildings, so why wouldn't we use them? It is spending money, like we're spending money to make money, obviously. That is the idea. I'm going to put it on habitats. I don't know what we get from the habitats. Power would be a good one, because obviously we're going to want some solar panels. But yeah, it is what it is for now. So yeah, pretty cool. Or at least I think so. And this works as a hard shelter. Space isn't as big as I wanted it, but it's more than big enough. So that actually works as a hard shelter, which is amazing. I will have to, and I can't really. Like, the wild dogs are open in the wild, aren't they? Like, they don't have any shelter. We could give them a rock shelter, I guess. We could probably put rocks around here and leave it open, but then only the guests from here would be able to see. I do have a question, right? And maybe you might be able to. Anyone watching might be able to answer this. I could probably, well, I can Google it, but obviously, you know, let's open the question. Let's open the open up with some questions, shall we say? Right. So, I think I can. Not facilities. It will be facilities, but I can get a camera. I believe. Well, I know I can. Whether I can get it because it's not researched yet. But you can get habitat cameras, and I always. Is that my favourites? Yes, right. Habitat webcam, right? Now, let's stick that in there. Oh, let's try and get it so you can see straight out. And then, enter camera view. That'll do for now. But how do I get that view, right, on like a TV screen? I'm sure I can work it out, and I'm sure I can Google it, but yeah, help me out, guys. What do you think? Because I've never known how to do it. Well, I've never really looked into it, but I feel like I've seen people do it in the zoo. Oh, look them all. Covering from the rain. They are awesome animals, these. Awesome. So, I think they get like a good lifespan. Or is it quick? So genetics, he's alright actually, or she's alright. So no bond's been formed yet, right? So I think they've got a longish life in them, I think. But hopefully they give us plenty of babies and we can get some conservation points, because we're lacking here. We've only got 200. You do get 100 per day of logging in, so that will help. But yeah, so let's try and get some of the terrain going on here. So they like short grass. I thought they like rocky and soil and sand, but obviously I'm wrong on that one. Like I say, my knowledge of animals. Why is that not working? Is it working? Oh, it is. Because we're paused, it doesn't. So let's just brush around there. Let's hopefully that sporadically thingies it out. We've got some long grass. We'll get some soil underneath here because this is going to be the most used area, because this is where they sleep. And I think we're going to build a rocky formation around here. Did he want any plants? Like, they're good for plant coverage, but they are desert animals, which I did think. So we're going to give them. Well, let's give them some. Let's go into terrain, and like I say, I'm not great at terraforming, but no, wrong one. Let's give them a few hilly areas. Should have done this before the terrain, maybe. And I think, obviously, no, we want to go back there because this is going to be our sleeping area. Yeah, we're just going to rough it up a bit, and it gives them a bit like somewhere to run around. And then we're going to have to go back to the terrain tool, obviously, because I should have done this before. And then we're going to go back to short grass. Yeah, that works. Soil. Right. So far so good. Enrichment, we can't do anything. And there's nothing we can do. Oh, they can have a ball. Suppose we can give them a ball. Right, so we're going to obviously put this in first. The food. I'm assuming you only need one. Like, we could give them two. Is that me, like, looking too much into it? And we're going to go... We're going to go with that, I think. Let me know if it makes... Anyone know if it makes a difference? The food and the water. I'm guessing you need more for more animals. Guess I'm going to learn. But yeah, right, so... This we're going to make into a bit of a hard shelter using rocks. And desert rocks, obviously. That's a bit big. That'll be good. Alright, that'll be good. So, I don't want it aligned to service. Alright, because bear in mind, let's just roll with this underneath here for now. Try not to make it all same, but obviously there's only so many rocks we can work with. Kind of got. Is that too small? Maybe too. That's probably too small. So let's move these out a bit. Yeah, definitely. That was definitely too small. Yeah, let's move that. Something like that. Yeah, I think something like that. Obviously, we can't make it so they can get up. So we'll make sure we're covering that. It's another big ass rock, and then we kind of just want to sink that in. So what I do, and I'm sure everyone has their own way of building things and their own way of doing things. I like to use the big rocks to get, like the base of it, shall we say, or to actually make the hard shelter per se, and then you kind of just use the little rocks, and then it gives you to make it a bit more different, should we say? Anyway, right. So yeah, so that is kind of a hard shelter. I guess we can roll with... Nope, I don't want to do that. I guess we could put this on top. Like that. And then we do want to do that so we can kind of... Let's take angle snap off. And then we kind of straighten that out so it gives it a bit more... is that right? Yeah, so a bit like that. And then it looks like it's... Yeah. So that is their hard shelter. And I like it. So far, so good. I think. Let me know what you think. And obviously we'll spruce it out with some rocks. Don't want to go too much into the habitat, obviously. Because it's quite a smallish area as is. Right, so there we go. We've added some rocks, just randomly dotted some around as well. I don't want to clog the territory with just rocks, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of works. Let's look at the traversable. It's saying that the little mountains aren't traversable. I don't understand that. But then probably because I've not put on play and then yeah, there we go. So that works. It works for now. I think. So do we want to give? Surely they have some big trees. So let's get rid of grassland and just keep desert. Do we have any big desert tree? We have some cactus. Oh no! Oh, and they don't like them. Of course they don't. Why wouldn't they? Oh, they don't like them either. Right. They must like these. Yeah. Let's just dot a few of these around. It's a bit more wildernessy, I guess, because like I say, they're called wild dogs, so they're out in the wild. Doesn't help with the rain going on, but you know what? We'll survive. Do you like these? No. Why would they like them? What are these? Some desert bloodwood tree. So let's see. What about one on top of that hill? Nope. Nope. It's so hard trying to find out like what they like. We're supposed to dot these around. I don't really have a process for this. But then I think sometimes you don't need one because then it kind of looks more natural. Yeah, that's aloe vera anyway. What about these? No, they don't like these. So why would they? Right, so it's kind of... Oh, I don't know if I like them. I don't know if I like them dotted around like that. Maybe. Let's just scrap a few of them. Yeah. They look ugly, I think. Like, as a plant, they look fine, but I think just dotted around in this habitat doesn't look great. So yeah, so far, we should be looking pretty good. The welfare is not great because the nutrition for one, the last meal quality, is not going to be great until we get research. The habitat, the hard shelter. So they need a bigger hard shelter. I wonder if I can just do this. I was almost certain we were good, to be honest, but evidently not. Hard shelter is 81, right? Okay. So I can work on that, and I will work on that. But yeah, I think for this video, let's just duplicate that, and let's just block that up a bit. But then I don't want to, obviously, come into the path. Alright, is that okay? Now I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good size, but the hard shelter is only 81. But yeah, there we go. We have our second zoo animal, which is the African wild dog. And yeah, we've got a nice view, which I think is pretty good, pretty cool. See if we can get the view. Yeah. That is not a shabby view, if you ask me. And they're very happy. I think that's a pretty cool view. And if you see, you're going to be able to look into the deep furnace. Deep furnace? Yeah, anyway. Right, so far so good, I would say. Any comments, let me know. Any suggestions, definitely let me know. We obviously need research for stuff like this. Are we winning? Let's speed this up a bit. Let's see if we are doing okay money wise. It's looking like we're in the red at a minute. We might need a loan, but we'll see. Obviously, the happier we get these animals, the better. We're kind of breaking even at the minute, or losing slightly. But yeah, the happier the animals, the better. Yep, zoo is low on cash. Some research has been done, so we've got some barrier research. And some more Galapagos tortoises research, and we're doing alright there. So yeah, we're kind of breaking even as we're ending episode 2. I need to obviously make these happier. Wow, this is insane. We're going to have a lawsuit on our hands. But yeah, anyway guys, let me know what you thought of the episode. I appreciate you sticking around, especially if you got this far. Please give me a like and subscribe if you're new. Like I say, there's plenty more Planet Zoo content coming to the channel. And yeah, if you want to see what Safari London, I don't know if we're going with London. If you got a better name, like, or another place in the UK that you suggest, you know, feel free. Because I don't say it would be a London zoo, although it could be outskirts of London. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling on again. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for stopping in, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.